So we
We
want to say,
back.
yeah, feel like old times, man. So do you agree or disagree with Tua comments? Basically, Tua came out after they lost, another nail biter for a Miami fan. Here we go again, having a lead, and then next thing you know, we finding a way to lose the game. But they lost 29-27 to the Chargers, and Tua went up to the podium and they asked him, "What Tua? How did the game go?" Instead of the game, Tua said, "I think it starts with leadership, helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting of the guys. We have guys showing up to player only meetings late, guys showing up to player only meetings not even showing up." Then he said a lot of things of that nature that can get cleaned up, but it all starts with the little things. So he kind of went in a coach speech with a little bit of quarterback talk. But Joe, when you heard Tua say these things, especially after another loss,
Mm.
how did you feel?
Now let me say this before I get to Tua. If Tua's talking to you, I get it. You like, why would he say that in the media? If you are actually missing meetings, if you are actually not no showing up late to the meetings, fix that problem, y'all. Come on, man. You are getting paid to win. See, you do get paid to do your job, but part of your job is to help the team win. And if y'all not, where y'all want to be as a team, and a leader calls a meeting, you gotta be there. You got. I mean, that's in any organization, Tomo. We talking about business. We talking about football. We talking about if you work for a school. I don't care where you work at. If they call an emergency meeting, you gotta be there. So let me say that. But Tua, you don't do that in a press conference. Tomo, how many times did we see Patrick Mahomes, who I think is a great leader, after the Kadarius Toney dropped like 5 passes, and he come in the press conference, I gotta throw a better ball. Remember against the Eagles, MVS dropped the ball for the game. Remember? And
Mm-hmm.
what Patrick Mahomes said, I gotta give him a better ball. Now I'm pretty sure behind closed doors, Patrick Mahomes addressed them, and he readdressed these guys like, yo, you gotta do your job. But the last thing you want to do is bring extra attention from the media to the locker room. And leadership. I mean, last time I checked, he a quarterback, right? He a leader, right? Last time I checked. And look, I didn't hear this whole interview, but I do remember this. I did see this video of this. Somebody asked him, "How do you feel about the fans talking about your interception?" He said, "I go home to a family who loves me." Where's the accountability, man? Even in that exact game, Tua is known for being accurate. He was inaccurate a lot that game. He threw a bomb to Waddle. Waddle was like this. He had to turn to the other shoulder and catch it. And he threw 3 picks. Now the first pick he threw was on Waddle. I give you that. The second pick was on you. And I get it. The fans might think the game is over, but Tomo, we just saw Jaden Daniels do a Hail Mary last year.
Mm-hmm.
We saw a couple of what's it called? The when you just pinched it back. We seen that happen before, right? I think Miami Dolphins did that and won one time. The
Yeah.
Miami Dolphins. What Tua do? He
Are you talking
threw
about
a
the laterals?
pick.
That's what you were talking about, the
With
laterals. Yep.
yeah, lateral. He throws an interception. I even give them a chance to actually do something. So Tua needs to look in the mirror because every time they play Justin Herbert, it reminds all Miami fans that we should have drafted Justin Herbert, not Tua. Justin Herbert outplays them and beats them every time. Justin Herbert made the clutch plays down the stretch to win that game. So Tua needs to look in the mirror because if before you can hold somebody else accountable, you have to hold yourself accountable. I don't care who you are. Nobody wants to hear what they got to do without you saying what you got to do first. So
Exactly.
I am not a fan of trying now. Coaches, yes, there are coaches that coach through the media. Phil Jackson was famous at that. You know what I mean, right? Would I do that? No, but am I okay with that? He's a coach, right? But a player who just threw 3 picks, bruh, stop it. So Tua was there wrong for saying that, but like I said, whoever he was talking to needs to receive that message and show up to these meetings. Though you can't ignore the messenger. I get it, the wrong messenger, but the message you got to take it though still. So that's what I got for that.
You know what happened? They probably heard Tua say that, and it's exactly your last statement, Joe. Who is he to tell me what I need to do when he threw the 3 picks? Who is he to tell me when he? Because that's what players do, and that's what people do in general. When you know you, especially when you know you in the wrong, You waiting to find one moment to be like, this ain't all about me. What about what you did? Instead of just saying, you know what, I'll take accountability for myself. And that goes to what you were saying about, which you say Tua was, he's a quarterback. Not all quarterbacks are the leaders of the team, Joe. And I'm starting to see that with most people because, like you said, there's a difference between a Patrick Mahomes who will go out there and say, I need to throw a better ball. A difference between, I heard my quarterback come out and say, you know what, we go up against those guys in practice every day. So iron sharpen iron. And this was after Rico said, buckle up. I forgot my prop, Joe. I had it. I had a prop for the show too, but it's all good. But yeah, just to hear your quarterback come out and be like, you know what, it's on me. And then when you get to the locker room, that's when you say, hey, we having player only meetings for a reason. Like the team is crumbling around us. This is why it's called a players only meeting. If you're not showing up, that's when you might got to pull a Michael Irvin. Go up to the ownership and the coach and be like, hey, they don't want to be here. And we trying to win. So you got to find a way to get some players in here that want to win. Because NFL stands for not for long. And the way they acting right now, they treating it like it's a career. Well, it is a career, but they treating it like it's a little nine to five job. Like you just get this anywhere, bro. It's people that's right now in the UFL. It's so many people that want this opportunity, and you just passing it up like that. So for the player that he is talking to, hopefully you get that part of the message. Like Joe said, it's just like, hey, I need to show up for my team. Or if you don't want to be here, do what everybody else is doing. Find a way to request a trade and get out of there. Or if you can't get the trade, sit down with yourself, be more accountable, put better tape out there, and then somebody will make the call for you. Because at the end of the day, I mean, we live by it up here, refuse to lose. That's one of my favorite things that I always tell people, like, look, I hold myself accountable. Like, even when my kids get in trouble, they're like, but I'm like, they don't live with me. I got to know what you did. I can't go home with them. What did you do? And if you tell me what you did, now we can move forward because, hey, there's a cause and effect for everything. And Tua, you want to deal with this one. I seen Any Given Sunday. Last time a quarterback came out and said some stuff in the interview, Bibby loved posting the meme. You forgot your invisible juice. So we gonna see what happens.
Yeah, y'all gonna have me watching that movie again. But last thing I want to say
Oh,
is this: what for real? I'm gonna actually watch it again. I haven't seen it in years, so I'm gonna watch it again because y'all maybe state referencing that junk. But you know what Tua could have said though? If he want to bring up the meeting, he could. If he said, "Guys are showing to the meeting, I gotta do a better job as a leader, but I gotta do a better job leading these guys." Like throw yourself in there that you gotta be better. If you're gonna throw blame, take the blame. I always, look. So, one leader told me was this: when the team win, it's the team won. If the team lost, it's your fault.
yep.
So the team gets the credit when y'all win, but when y'all lose, you gotta take the blame. Guess what, Tomo? Who gets the most credit when the team do good? The
The
quarterback.
quarterback.
The quarterback gets all the credit. He gets most of the credit. So therefore, when things are not going right, the quarterback needs to get the blame. So
Yeah.
Tua, I'm sorry, you're a quarterback, bro.
Yeah, sucks to be that way. And like I said, that's what for most people when they think of the quarterback being a leader, it's just like sometimes they really not the leader of the team. Sometimes it's somebody else. It's just the fact that they're the face, you know. And then you have teammates calling you out in the locker room during press conferences. But different team, different state, different things on everybody's plate.